Well, good morning. You join us at the start of a 3-day backpacking trip around the Four Pass Loop here in Colorado. We just got dropped off by the bus at the Maroon Bells trailhead, and we are just hiking up this first nice and easy section before we start to climb a proper over one of the four passes. I think each pass, this loop, is a little over 12,500 feet, so it should be a good weekend. So here we are, less than a mile in, and the weather has already started to close in. Some nice rain to keep us cool, and the tops of the mountains almost completely obscured. It's going to be an interesting day, I think. So it doesn't take long after you leave the trailhead, only about a mile or so, you pass the turning for Crater Lake, and then the crowds soon thin out. So this is really where the trail takes a left or right. We're going counterclockwise, so we're taking the right, and we're about to start the first pass proper. So that is us within a stone's throw of the first pass up there. It's been pretty much non-stop rain coming up. Hopefully it'll clear. I'm filming down here because I suspect when we get up there it's going to be a bit windy and cold. Absolute beautiful views. What's the name of the first pass? Buckskin Pass. So looking forward to getting up and over that.
This is what excessive sweating looks like. Perspiration, because Paul assures me
it's not raining.
It's not raining.
It's not raining at all.
It is not raining right now.
There's a light mist and nothing more. You can maybe just about make out people at the top of the path there.
We gotta stay hydrated. Sweat. Look at that. Beautiful. So we've just finished the first pass. So on day one, that's going to be our only pass. Did get a little steep towards the end, but it was not too bad really. Up to 12.6 almost 1,000 feet. So it certainly felt challenging. First time hiking up to that elevation for quite some time. So we're now got a nice long descent, another 4 miles, and then we can just see in the distance, I'll turn you around but it's possibly too far away, so you can just see in the distance there maybe the lake that we're going to be camping at tonight. So it is 6 o'clock at night here. We've decided to eat early, trying to beat the rain, but we didn't. Allegedly it's going to stop in the next hour or so, but at the moment our tents are getting hammered pretty well, and the ground all around our campsite is completely waterlogged. So we are just fingers crossed that our sleeping gear inside those tents is staying relatively dry. And after, what was it, about 2 hours, 3 hours?
Yeah.
The rain has finally stopped. Bitterly cold at the moment. Just waiting before I go into the tent for the last time. But it's eased off, the clouds have lifted a little bit, and you can just see the striking mountains. You can see maybe just in the background there, there's a river coming down off that mountain that wasn't there 3 hours ago. Anyway, about to turn in for the night. It's been quite a first day. Must have rained for over half of it today.
Yep.
The weather forecast for tomorrow thankfully is much better. We've got a long day. We've got 12 and a bit miles and 4,500 feet to go. So it should be a long day, but hopefully it'll be dry. See you tomorrow. Well, good morning. It is the start of day 2 on the 4-pass loop. At 5:30 in the morning. It wasn't a bad night. It stayed wet while we were awake, and for most of while we were asleep. I think it's been not raining. I had to get up a few times in the middle of the night to dry off the inside of my tent, just from the condensation. But yeah, not too bad really, all told. Got down to the high 30s last night. So we are slowly getting up, about to have some breakfast, and then get on our way, because the sooner we can get on our way, the sooner we can warm up and get moving. I shall speak to you when the sun comes up. What a beautiful morning compared to last night. Clear sky, woke up to stars shining above us, and then that's the sun just starting to grace the tops of the mountains. Looking forward to it coming down and warming us up this morning. So that's us got to the top of our first pass for day 2. Got 2 more to go on the 4-pass loop. We've just come up from Snowmass Lake where we spent the night. We had a beautiful sunrise on top of Trail Rider Pass. We're going to head all the way down for our biggest climb of the day for the 2nd pass. As we're coming down the pass here, you can see what looks like a whole load of new waterways starting to cut their way into the mountain. I can only guess that's because of the amount of rain we've had this year. It's starting to cause some new formations to come in. Pretty cool to see, and it's about time we had it. It's been a long time since we've had decent rains during the summer. Yeah. Well, we had just settled down for lunch, pretty much a couple hundred feet into the main climb of the day, and all of a sudden the weather changed. Temperature seemed to drop 10 degrees and then the rain came. So we grabbed a very quick bite to eat, and we're hoping that this is just a traditional afternoon rainstorm. So we're going to continue up towards the pass. We've got a bit of a decision point at tree line as to whether we go on. I think it's fairly certain we're not going to do the other two passes today. It's very much weather dependent and see how people are feeling. There isn't a huge amount of tree cover or water or campsites on the saddle between these last two passes, so we're going to have to play it by ear. The last water going up this is in about 1.5 miles, and then it's completely dry all the way up to the top, so we shall see. Interesting weather, interesting times. Backpacking never disappoints. So here we are on the top of the last pass for today. I think with the weather and the busyness of the trails, I think we're just going to do two. So we're going to now drop down into this valley, beautiful green valley behind us here, and basically hike along until we can see water and just pitch your tents down there somewhere. That last climb was certainly a challenge. Beautiful up here, starting to get a little bit windy and cold. Yeah, about to head down, pitch tent and get ready for the night. So we've just arrived at camp for the end of day 2. Been a good long hard day. Found a nice sort of isolated spot here, and it's in the shadow of where we're going tomorrow, up over the pass there. Good morning. It is now the start of day 3, our last day on the trail. So we've got one more pass to get over, and then it is all downhill all the way back to the trailhead. It was a cold one last night, got down to the lower 30s. There's ice in some people's tents this morning. So a chilly one, spent it about 11,500 feet where our campsite is. But yeah, just having some breakfast, getting a quick coffee, and then first mile up and over the pass, and the rest of the way is downhill from there. Last night was absolutely stunning. So many stars here. It's such a dark area. You can see the stars perfectly. And you can even see the Milky Way directly above our tents with your bare eye. It was just superb. About halfway through the night, a small pack of deer came through. Not too curious, they just kind of walked past 50 yards away, and they just made their own way up the pass. So it was a really special place to spend the night. We're just waiting now for the sun to grace the tops of the mountains, and we shall be off. So we've just started the final climb. A couple hundred feet up, and you can just see down the valley there, the sun starting to grace the mountains opposite us. Our campsite down the bottom, a couple of tents along that ridgeline there. And then we are going up there. That's our pass, the last pass. What was it, Maroon Pass? Our last pass for the weekend.
So there you have it, the fourth and final pass of the 4-pass loop. Absolutely stunning. I think this is Maroon Bells Pass. What a beautiful weekend it's been. All that remains now is for us to head down another 5 or 6 miles back to the trailhead and back to a beer and a burger, I reckon. Been a fantastic weekend with some great friends. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.